All right, welcome back, everybody. Time now to have a very important conversation that revolves around your crawl space. If your floors are cold, if your home is musty, if your electric bill is too high, it can all link back to this underground wonder of the house. And our good pal Dustin from Groundworks is here to tell us how. Dustin, we're going to play a little game, okay? I told you about this. I'm going to name some kind of house problem, and you're going to tell me why the crawl space might be the culprit, okay? You ready for that?
Gotcha. Let's go.
Okay, problem number one. My floors are sagging and they feel uneven.
Yeah. So usually that's typically a couple of things. Number one is the inadequate structural design of the home, right? Two could be, maybe the improper spacing of the columns. But what we see a lot is crawl space moisture and humidity, and water and things like that could cause the floor framing system to be compromised and weaken.
Yeah, we one time had a little flood situation at my house, and yeah, the floors, that moisture, the individual boards started to go like,
Oh yeah.
Get that readjusted. But again, we're seeing some gorgeous crawl space photos here. Okay, another one, Dustin, people might not connect these dots. The wall around my doorway has cracks in it. Yeah.
So again, back to that point, crawl space moisture and humidity, or even termites and other pest damage, could typically cause those issues to happen.
Okay, and again, all that stemming from the crawl space. This one, interesting. Again, we've touched on moisture now at this point, but that can even make the house feel humid. You said even it feels kind of like a balmy summer day indoors. Crawl space issue.
That's right, and it's almost like a stack effect, right? You have the vented crawl space, so all that hot, humid air rises into the home.
Right.
So that makes sense if the home feels like a balmy summer afternoon. That all is typically tied back to the crawl space.
Very interesting. I think sometimes people initially think, oh, our AC is broken or something, and it might be, so maybe check that. But yeah, definitely interesting how it links back to the crawl space. With that too, people, in the mail, they're saying, wait, my electric bill's too high. Same kind of similar sense. Your AC is now running to compensate for that heat and moisture.
Exactly, yeah, and especially during the wintertime, we see a lot of high utility bills, even during the summertime. But what typically happens is again, a vented crawl space, like in the wintertime, is all that cold, humid air, or all the cold air is going into the crawl space. That's causing your HVAC to work harder because you have heat going through your HVAC. So all that cold air is causing it to overwork itself.
Yeah, interesting. And again, even with that, you say even the floors, if the floors just feel cold, again, crawl space, that underground airway.
100%.
And then, of course, obviously, if you got bugs everywhere, that's probably you might need to check a couple of things, but definitely a crawl space. You mentioned pests and other things can get in
pests
there.
Again, and all that stems from potentially standing water in the crawl space, a lot of humidity. Pests and termites tends to thrive in that kind of environment.
Do you get scared going under the house ever?
I do.
You can be honest. Yeah, I've never had to do it. Obviously, my daddy does it, but in the time, if I ever have to do it in my adult life, it's scary down there.
It is. I'll tell you just a quick story real quick. I was actually under one house. This has probably been about a year ago, but the crawl space was so low, I had to get on my back and use the floor joist.
No. I'm also very claustrophobic.
Have
you ever seen something crazy like a raccoon or something?
Craziest thing I've seen is this is a house that was up in Tennessee. It's probably about 5 or 6 months ago, but there were probably 6 or 7 rat snakes up around the sill plate on the foundation. Yeah, just hanging out.
No. Do you wear any kind of protective gear? Or
we're fully suited up. Face mask, everything. Yeah, crawl suits, gloves. We're ready to go.
I can't even breathe just looking at these tiny little spaces. So don't do the work yourself. Let Dustin do it. And one thing we do want to stress, you do encapsulation, Dustin. Again, you're kind of blocking all that with great techniques. Tell us how we guys can contact you should we want to do that with AFS.
Yeah, so simply just go to afsrepair.com and you can visit us that way.
Okay, beautiful. And again, you'll kind of block it all out and
typically how that works is it's adding a high quality vapor barrier, wall insulation, and a drainage system to keep your crawl space nice and dry.
Beautiful. And they can do all that. So you saw that contact information on your screen. Dustin, my friend, thank you again so much. Happy New Year to you. We are living happier and healthier and in a safer home because of you. So we appreciate the work that you guys do.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.